Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a beach themed resin canvas. So I have 6 different colors here. Just like 6 different shades that I can kind of make into the ocean. And you don't need a lot, you just need enough to coat this canvas. And we are going to be adding sand and seashells to this. So these are all my colors that I'm using. All of these happen to be that Apple Barrel brand. You can get these at any craft store, but I think I got these at Walmart. And I want to say they were only like $1.98 or something. We're gonna start with the lightest color first and just work our way up. I have a really wide brush just to make this easy. It's just our base coat. So I'm gonna start with the sand color. Okay, so we got our sides painted and we got the sand layer. Now I'm going to the next one. Next color. Next color. And then the darkest color. Okay, and we're all done. So let me show you how it looks. Nice little ombre going on. So we're gonna leave this here to dry. And we'll come back probably in like an hour or so and put some sand on it and epoxy and decorate it with seashells, and then we're gonna make the waves, so stay tuned. Hey guys, we're back. Our canvas is now dry. And I have it setting on 2 boxes. I have one smaller box I'm gonna have my canvas sit on, and I have one larger box that's just slightly bigger than the canvas so that any epoxy that runs off will run into the box and not all over my table. I have 3 different alcohol inks that I'm going to be using now. I have the ocean green one, turquoise, and sky. All these are those Resin alcohol inks. I'm also going to be using some white. So first we're going to mix our 2 epoxies after we put on our gloves. Safety first, kids. And I'm going to fill them halfway. Now we're going to take our epoxy mixture and mix it up. So I wanted to show you guys. So you see how it's clear right now? Now that you can see it a little bit better in these clear cups. When I start to mix it, I'll show you when it gets cloudy. Alright, so it's pretty cloudy. Can you see how cloudy it is from the side? will say the more epoxy you have and the bigger the cup, the longer you'll need to stir it. See how it's starting to get a little more clear? Okay, so I'm gonna set that aside in case I need that. So now I'm going to take some of these cups and mix alcohol inks in them with some resin. So I have 4 different colors. I'm gonna mix 4. It's filled a little above that white line, so it's really not a lot, just enough to coat the top, because we're gonna have to coat it again. First, I'm just going to take some epoxy and put it on the bottom of this so I can put my sand on it after I've done my waves and stuff. So I'm like literally just going to take it. You can either dip your fingers in it or you can pour. It's whatever you want to do. But you just want to get enough on there to make your sand stick. So now I'm going to take a glove off, and we're going to take our cups of epoxy and pour a couple drops of our alcohol inks in them. So I just did 4 drops of that one. Did 3 drops in that one. The blue, I'm gonna do like 5 drops in that one. I'm gonna pour quite a bit more white because I want it to actually be white, and that's what we're gonna use to make our wave effects. I'm so excited for you guys to see this. I'm gonna take my popsicle sticks and stir them. I'm gonna start with the blue. I obviously don't want to use that popsicle stick for the white, so I will use this other one. This one's the turquoise one. I'm going to bend my paper cup to make kind of a spout, and I'm just going to start pouring it on. All right, so this is that ocean green. This is gonna be so cool. Okay, so now I'm going to take my, what's this, sky blue, it's a very light blue, and pour it over the last section of my ocean. So the section that has the light blue color in it, the lightest part of my ocean, I'm going to kind of push all the epoxy this way because it just makes it a little bit easier to make the waves when the epoxy is a little bit thicker. So now for the cool part. I'm going to take my white. So as you can see, like there's not a clear tint to it. It is perfectly white. I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna drizzle it in some areas, and then we're gonna make waves. So I'm gonna take my popsicle stick and dip that in here. So I got my heat gun, I'm gonna turn it on high and I'm gonna make some waves with the white alcohol ink that we just put on. Okay, now I'm gonna pour some more of the clear epoxy over that. It's going to be beautiful. Okay. Now I'm taking my glove off and I'm gonna take my sand that I have in a cup. I live in Florida, so it's not that hard to find sand. And I'm gonna pour it on my beach. So this is it so far. Got our sand, our waves. You can see all the different colors, and it definitely helped that we painted the background. Okay, so I'm gonna let this set for a few hours, and then I'll come back, I'll put some more epoxy on it. We did our beach resin art last night, and I just let it cure all overnight. So this is it so far. So some people would just be done with it, but not this girl. I want to give it some dimension, kind of make them look more 3D. So I'm gonna add another coat of epoxy, and I want to give it that 3D effect. I'm gonna mix a little bit of acrylic paint in some cups. I've already done that over here, and I've set them aside to mix up some epoxy and pour them in the individual colored cups. And then I'm just gonna pour them on here and put some more waves, like define some more waves, and then blow dry it. But I mean, it doesn't look bad. Like, I could be done right now. So let's get to it. I'm really glad that I used this box. I'm really glad that I did that. And I was also really worried that if I just set the whole weight of it, because this epoxy is heavy, that it would give it like a square on it from where it's sitting on this little box. So I took some, the other popsicle sticks fell down, but I took some popsicle sticks and stuck them like in all the epoxy that dripped off. It had started to harden. So I stuck some popsicle sticks in there, and then I just kind of let the corners hold it up so that this box was still there supporting it, but it wasn't setting all of its weight on that. It was more evenly distributed. I'm so excited to finish this today. We're going to put our gloves on, of course. Now we're gonna mix up our epoxy. I've already poured the acrylic paints in these cups, quarter size amount. I'm filling my clear cups about halfway each. So we got our part A and part B of our epoxy. We're gonna combine them into one cup. Now we're gonna start stirring. Okay, so here's our cup of epoxy. It's a lot more clear now. It does have a lot of bubbles in it, but that's okay because we're just gonna be mixing it in these other cups anyway, and we're gonna be torching it, so that's gonna get out all the bubbles. So I'm gonna start pouring epoxy in these cups, and I'm not gonna pour a lot of epoxy in here either because I'm just doing like a thin strip of each color. I just wanna give it just a little bit more dimension. Okay, so we have all of our epoxy mixed up in our colors. And now we are just going to drizzle them. So this is the dark blue, all mixed up. I'm just gonna do a line where the dark blue is on my canvas. Okay, I'm gonna pour a little bit of the clear epoxy, just a little bit over this. So now I'm going to get my heat gun and I'm going to kind of move the epoxy this way. So I'm gonna be standing on that side. Okay, so here's my heat gun. I'm gonna turn it on the low setting and I'm just gonna kind of blow the resin that way to kind of give it more of a wave look. So now I'm gonna take my white and I'm gonna do that same thing. I'm just gonna kind of drizzle some lines across for my waves and then we're going to blow dry that. First, I'm gonna pour a little bit of just the clear epoxy on it and then pour the white over that and then I'm gonna blow dry that. Now we're gonna do our white. Here we go. And I'm doing a really thin line where the sand is going, so it kind of looks like it's hitting the sand. Now we're going to use the heat gun and push the white this way. Just got done using the heat gun on the white and it does look like waves, so I'm really happy with this. I'm gonna let this set for several hours and I'll show you guys the end result later tonight. Hey guys, so I'm back 12 hours later. So it has been a long time since we put this last coat on and it is just now like cured all the way. I can like put my hand on it. I'm not worried about leaving fingerprints or anything on it. Anyway, so there it is. What do you guys think? I think it came out pretty good. I like my waves look really good. I really like, you know, like the waves down here on the sand. It looks like, you know, they do on the beach where it kind of washes up on the sand. It's just kind of like a foam. I'm really happy with it. So I will definitely be doing more beach resin art for sure. But I think it looks really cool. I'm happy with it. What do you guys think? Be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any crafting tutorials. See you guys later.